106.3 ESPN presents the Astoria High School Coaches Show Rube Report. A weekly update on what's happening with Astoria High Athletics with Athletic Director Coach Howard Rube and co-host Dane Gouge. Brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, the Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lucky Duct HVAC and Dryer Duct Cleaning, and North Coast Runner Supply.
We about to turn it up and we taking it to $1 million.
Here are your hosts, Howard Rube and Dane Gouge.
Good evening and welcome to the Rube Report Coaches Show. This is Howard Rube, Athletic Director, Head Football Coach of your Astoria High Fighting Fisherman. I'll be joined tonight by my co-host and executive producer of the show, Mr. Dane Gouge. We have a great show lined up, so please stay with us.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
The Peter Pan Market and Deli is the perfect place to gather for a quick snack and one of their signature sandwiches before the game. Enjoy covered outdoor seating or sit inside with beers and ciders on tap and wine by the glass. You can relax with friends before heading to the game. Make Peter Pan Market and Deli your morning stop too. Grab a coffee and a bagel or other breakfast treat before work. Order ahead at peterpan2go.com. Peter Pan Market and Deli, 712 Niagara Avenue, Astoria. Your local corner store and more. Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
This is the Astoria High School Coaches Show Rube Report on ESPN Radio 106.3. Here are your hosts, Howard Rube and Dane Gouge, with the latest on Astoria High Athletics.
Welcome back to the Rube Report Coaches Show. I would like to remind everyone to please support our participating sponsors, the Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, Seaside Outlets, the Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lucky Duck HVAC and Dryer Duct Cleaning, and the North Coast Runner Supply. And welcome to the show, Mr. Gouge.
Hey. Who do you got tonight in the World Series? I mean, it's just been a stunner. But it looks eerily, on Halloween night, eerily familiar to the series with the Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. The Mariners won at home and had all the momentum going back to Toronto. And that didn't work out very well. So I don't know if this is going to work out very well for Toronto because they left L.A. with all the momentum.
It's funny. They say in baseball, the thing that stops momentum is tomorrow's starting pitcher.
Yeah.
So if your guy is dealing on the bump, good luck.
Yeah.
It's been a good series, though. I haven't had a chance to watch very much of it this time of year. I'm so slammed. But
I thought it was going to be sweet.
Just reading about it and watching highlights a little bit. Yeah, I assumed the Dodgers were going to get after them and call it good. And then when they won that 18-inning game in Game 3, and they're going to be at home for the next two, you think, well, this might not go back to Toronto.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays.
Here they come.
2 in a row.
They got bats.
So now
maybe those old
take a
guys on the
3-2
Dodgers
lead.
were tired.
18 innings was a lot of work.
It's a lot.
That was like a doubleheader.
Toronto, they're a younger squad, so.
I mean, that went late even Pacific time.
I didn't watch it.
You know, a good friend of
I
ours.
got to go to bed.
And a colleague of ours as a coach in our department and Hall of Fame former student athlete at Astoria High, Pat O'Brien, he was at that game. He was down in L.A. for the 18 inning.
Well, he's
marathon.
a Dodger.
He's a big Dodger fan. He bleeds purple and gold, but if he were going to bleed something else, it'd be Dodger blue.
Yeah,
that's how Pat is. So. Yeah,
well,
so
that's great.
You got to see a classic for sure.
Well, just going to the World Series is pretty cool.
Oh,
you get to see your team in the World Series at the World Series, and you get 2 games instead of 1. Not too bad.
No, pretty good deal.
Yeah,
and they won. I'm sure he had an amazing trip. We'll have to talk to him about that. We should have him phone in or bring him in.
Just bring him in. We bring him in, Thor, and we wouldn't even have to talk to each other. We just have those two tell stories for a while.
That's true. That is very true. Well, you started talking about some pro balls or anything. I mean, obviously at the end of the show, we'll talk NFL, but since we're talking about professional sport, excited that our local Astoria High alum, Jordan Poyer, has officially been elevated to the 53-man roster and not spend time on the practice squad for the rest of this year.
Yeah, and you don't get to see him very often in the defensive backfield because he's all the way back at free safety. But he's been in all the games.
Well, so 2 weeks ago they activated him, and he did not start, but he played really, really well. In fact, every series he was out there, they did not score. They did end up losing that game. That was what game? Were they at?
Atlanta.
That was the Atlanta game that he first appeared in. And then last week he actually played in 75% of the snaps.
Yeah.
And
he's an old guy. He's tired.
34. He's ancient for the NFL.
I saw pictures of him. He sure got in football shape in a fast hurry. He's yoked.
No, he looks good.
Yeah.
And I know he's excited about the opportunity to continue to compete and play well. And obviously it was really important to him to get back to Buffalo and try to finish his career as a Bill. And
talking about this earlier, and you see all this drama that's going on with Miami Dolphins and how he felt about that, not putting words into his mouth, but he wanted to come back to Buffalo. It just seems like there's a little dysfunction down in Miami with the Dolphins.
Yeah, and, he kind of said that to us privately about his experience down there, that right, wrong, or otherwise. The way he explained it was, in Buffalo, guys show up an hour early because we're kind of a close-knit, everybody's dialed in, we're all on the same page, working
cheering
together
for each
to make
other,
this
working
happen.
for each other.
It's more of a family atmosphere. In Miami, I mean, guys would roll in an hour late.
Just coming to get my paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, it was more, it was not the same culture.
Yeah.
And
there's something to be said about that. They always talk about the culture. And
culture matters.
You don't get to see it, but these teams that are always at the top, they have that.
No, culture matters. The culture of our football program tonight, where we've had a couple of really hard-fought, disappointing league losses, and we're most likely on the outside looking in of a playoff spot. I don't know that our guys have been preparing this week, necessarily preparing like they're preparing for the playoffs. I really feel like it's more been preparing to make sure we feel good about finishing this thing the right way. And literally a couple plays away, seconds away, you could argue, from being ranked in the top 10 and having secured a playoff spot. So, let's conduct ourselves that way. Let's finish this thing in a way that makes the program better than when we found it, so to speak. I know that's going to be important for us, and that speaks to the culture and the leadership of our seniors and our captains. That's what we're going to be looking for tonight, even for us at our level. So culture definitely matters. Using Jordan's example and his experiences with Miami and Buffalo is certainly another great example of that.
Well, just going back all the way when he was drafted by the Eagles, from the Eagles to the Browns. Browns obviously don't have a very good culture, or haven't.
No.
And then he goes to the Bills, and everything's right as rain, especially with him and Micah. Two guys who were kind of up-and-coming guys, but they didn't keep them around, obviously. Green Bay and Cleveland. And they got to Buffalo, and they're kings of the hill. Yeah. And then they both go somewhere else, and all they want to do is come back.
There's so much to be said for the system, the coaching that you're getting, and those systems do matter.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, I think a perfect example in the NFL right now is the Jones kid with the Colts.
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't get out of his own way as a former first-round pick quarterback for the Giants, and now he's with the Colts, and it's lights out.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold a year ago with the Vikings.
Right.
With the Jets, just as a former number one pick, could not get anything going. Then people, the media, how it all works is, well, he's a bust and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
and
they're gone.
It's
they go to
these guys can play. They're drafted when they're drafted for a reason. If they're not being totally successful, well, again, don't get me started on a rant, but I've always said this, and you've heard me say this 1,000 times. When they put those one-loss records of coaches and quarterbacks up, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because football is the ultimate team sport.
Yeah. Because the guy says it's the ultimate matchup.
Yeah.
Even they got stats on everybody down to the water boys.
Sure. Well, I'll give you a great example, and I can use stats to back it. Tom Brady's completion percentage when he's harassed, somebody's in his face, just being pressured, is less than 40%.
Yeah.
Now, when he's got a clean pocket, it's a little over 70%.
Yeah.
So all that tells you is how important that offensive line is to what he's doing.
Yeah.
We're using Tom Brady as that example, but that's for any quarterback.
Well, look at Geno. I mean, in Seattle for the last couple of years, he was doing pretty good. I saw that. You get pressure on him, he was terrible. They have no offensive line at the Raiders, and he's just getting killed. He's trying to do it all himself. He can't do it.
Right.
And now he's a bad quarterback.
But let's throw up the one-loss record for Geno and for Coach Carroll.
Yeah.
And these guys don't know what they're doing.
They're throwing him in the garbage already. Oh, well, he is what we thought he was. And we threw him in the trash.
Yeah, it's the ultimate team game. And that's why when you're part of a good culture and a good system and things are going, it's so fun. Yeah. And that's why when it's not, it's so rough.
Yeah, it's not.
And it just doesn't feel good because it is very emotional, and it's very the emotion of it is what makes it great, and the ownership of it is what makes it great. Another way I'm going to measure tonight is how many of our guys are sad if we can't get ranked high enough and play another week.
Right.
If we, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a bunch of our guys can't wait to, hand me their jerseys and get on to basketball, well,
that's the thing.
That's an issue. We better figure this out. But if our guys are genuinely
waiting
upset,
around to see what happened to the other game.
Right, and, actually maybe even a little bit visibly upset that we're done.
Yeah.
That speaks to the culture as well. All of it's very important.
That happened this week with the Jets. They won their first game, and it looked like in the locker room, it looked like they won the Super Bowl.
I bet.
That
100%.
was their first win.
Sure.
You could see that's how.
And all these grown men getting paid, some of them getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, I would argue even the minimum wage is a lot of money, right? So, 100%. No.
Well, that happened to Dan Campbell, too, with the Lions. Aaron Glenn was with him there. And they went 0 for 9 or something, and then they won the rest of their game. So they've learned how to overcome those problems. I do think with Aaron Glenn that Jets could do that, too.
I hope so. He's a heck
kind
of a coach.
Yeah. Great, great player, great coach.
Yeah, no, agreed. They ask us to get a couple breaks in, and we want to do that because we'd like everyone to listen to who our sponsors are, and we want you to support them. So
of course we do.
And so we are going to go to commercial break, but when we come back, we'll start talking more about AHS athletics. So please stay with us.
For more, stay right here on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? Get to the Peter Pan Market and Deli in Astoria. They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria, Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy fuel and diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
Joe's Mobile.
Hi folks, these sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria by phone at 503-325-4116 or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning, residential and commercial customers. Call me, 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duct with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duct with a T, LLC.
This is the Astoria High School Coaches Show Rube Report on ESPN Radio 106.3. Here are your hosts, Howard Rube and Dane Gouge, with the latest on Astoria High athletics.
Welcome back to the Rube Report Coaches Show. I want to start this segment by bragging about our cross-country program. Coach Boughton and his staff, along with volunteer former distance coach Neil Branson over in Seaside, helped host our district cross-country meet on Thursday of this week, just yesterday. They did an outstanding job with planning and organization and just making it a great state qualifying meet. Our kids ran fantastic. It was so cold and windy out there. It was nuts how cold it was. I thought I was at a Bears-Packer game.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
the wind made it feel like it was barely like 40 degrees, what it felt like. I don't know. Yeah. But it was so windy out there and blowing, and the kids all competed hard and did great. Our top two girls finishers were Astoria Fraley. I know you love that name.
Yep.
She finished 12th, and Kaisa Whitsitt was right behind her, finishing 13th. So congrats, girls. Leah Junis from Astoria also finished in the top 20. She was 19. Congrats
Fantastic.
to our top finishing girls. Our top finishing boys were our defending champ, who has been nursing a foot injury. Still ran a really good race, ended up finishing second. I know he was a little disappointed with that, but under the circumstances, Will Lehman finishing second, qualifying for the state meet, really had a fantastic run. As I said, especially not being at 100% physically, and if you're a cross-country runner and you're feeling it.
I can't even imagine.
Well, they didn't find any fracture, but they kind of diagnosed it maybe as like a stress fracture, and so it was very painful. He was fighting through it, and he still ran a great race to finish second. So very proud of Will and wishing him the best of luck at the state meet next weekend at Lane Community College. And our other top 20 finisher for the boys was Harvey Recker. Recker Harvey. I always do that.
Yeah.
And I always know you love Recker, and I know you love Astoria for our female runners' names. They're great names. Great names.
We need to get our own screen printing so we have T-shirts made for
exactly.
Finn Bizzle.
Exactly right. The other big news for the athletic department this weekend is the volleyball team will be hosting a first-round playoff game at 2 o'clock against Cottage Grove on Saturday. That is a first-round playoff game, so pricing will be $8 for adults and $5 for students. But the Fort George restaurant is going to help make sure none of our students have to pay to get in.
Oh, cool.
So appreciate Chris and his family and everybody at Fort George for helping.
My pass still works, doesn't it?
We'd give you your media pass. We'd get you in on your media pass on Saturday. We hope to get the Brick House filled up with kids and supporters. Are really hoping to get our Quappa League champion volleyball team down to the tournament, which will be at Marshfield. I think I said Forest Grove for some reason last week. That's always where our basketball tournament has been. But the volleyball tournament this year will be in Coos Bay at Marshfield High School and North Bend High School.
Could they get it any further away?
Well, not much. Not much. I know. That's a haul. That is definitely a haul.
For everybody.
It's a haul for everybody. And our soccer team's finished up this week. The girls had a tough senior night. They took on number 3 ranked Scappoose, and I don't know, they could be number 1 ranked. The Indians are awfully tough in girls soccer. Yeah. A lot of year-round soccer players, and they got after us pretty good on Tuesday night. And then on Thursday, we went to St. Helens to finish things up, and we finished with a 0-0 tie. So we finished 3-4-3 in the league, just missed third place and ranking high enough to qualify. So the girls are done. It's a little bit of a growing year to deal with some injuries throughout the season. I thought Coach Fasterman did a good job trying to keep it all together and piece it together, and we were very competitive. In those 4 losses, the 2 to Scappoose were rough, but otherwise very competitive in the other 2 losses, and certainly when you're tying teams, those are competitive games. So we had a competitive season on the girls' side, and the boys were very young this year. We're able to finish with a win on senior night on Thursday against St. Helens, and that actually boosted us into 5th place, which I know was important to the coaches to feel like. And I would say this, over the last 6 weeks, our boys soccer program definitely seen improvement by the kids. We've gotten a little bit better every week. I think Coach Showerman in his first year as our head coach should be very proud of the improvement the kids have made. We like the direction of where the program is going. So congrats to our boys soccer program. Finally, we can get one more commercial break in, and we can finish up talking about our high school football team and about last week's game and tonight's game and the future of Fisherman football moving forward. So why don't we plan on doing that? We'll go to break, and we'll come back, and we'll finish with Fisherman football. So please stay with us.
More of the Astoria High Coaches Show Rube Reports right after this on 106.3 ESPN.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Joe's Mobile in Astoria, the home of Mobile Synergy Fuel and Diesel. Also, last-minute groceries, snacks, cold beverages, hunting and fishing licenses, propane, firewood, and so much more. Pump your own fuel during overnight hours or get friendly full service during regular daytime hours. EBT and all credit and debit cards are accepted. Fuel and Diesel, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Get your mojo on at Joe's Mobile.
1701 Marine Drive in Astoria.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
This is the Astoria High School Coaches Show Rube Report on ESPN Radio 106.3. Here are your hosts, Howard Rube and Dane Gouge, with the latest on Astoria High athletics.
Welcome back to the Rube Report Coaches Show. Before we went to break, I promised we'd talk AHS football, so let's dive in. What do you want to dive into first?
Let's go over last week. Progress forward to where we're at. Let's go in stages of how it happened.
Okay. So last week, we started out in a 14-0 deficit. The Indians scored on their first 2 possessions. We came out and did not execute offensively on our first possession. Actually went backwards, went 3 and out, had to punt right away. Our time of possession was not good. You watch the film of those first 3 plays, and as much as you want to compliment Scappoose because they are a very good defensive team, the reality of it is if you physically miss blocks and or miss assignments, which occurred on all three of those plays that forced the quick 3 and out, it's going to be for a rough night no matter who you're playing.
Right.
One of the things that we always try to measure is your growth and improvement, from where you're at to where you're going.
So you're moving forward, not backwards.
Yeah, 100%. And to that point, a year ago, with, limited seniors on the team and still being pretty young up front, and certainly having some juniors at the skill positions, but still very young up front a year ago, we would have gotten mercy ruled. There'd have been a running clock a year ago. And I'm not trying to say that to disparage last year's group.
Right. I understand.
I feel like they gave all they could give. I'm not saying otherwise. But I am trying to make a point in terms of growth. Our kids battled and battled hard and actually found a way to still make it competitive and kind of the game still in question entering the fourth quarter. I know the final score got out of hand. Unfortunately, for 2 weeks in a row now, we failed to execute in the red zone like we needed to, like we wanted to.
Right.
So drive stalled. Obviously, that has been a point of contention over the last couple weeks to make sure we're getting better in that area. I envision that we will be better in that area tonight. Guess I'm struggling a little bit with the words because, the offensive execution is, I think, it's on the coaches to help make sure that that's all dialed in.
Right.
So we have to be better at making sure they're dialed in, 100%. And like always, it is on kids to execute. Players have to execute.
Right. Well, the coaches can't play.
No, but we want to make sure that
We could have a 50-year-old league.
But we want to make sure that we're giving them the best play for the situation, and we've trained, our training has been the best during the week to execute in those situations. And I think that's something as we continue to move forward that is going to have to be a point of emphasis to help the program continue to grow. But certainly we are proud of everyone's effort in battling and making it competitive against a very good team.
Yeah.
I would say we have 3 league losses. All 3 of those teams are going to qualify for the postseason. In all 3 of those losses, our kids have played with heart. They've shown grit. They've showed improvement. They've done a lot of really good things. At the beginning of the show, we were talking about culture and it being the ultimate team game and those things. And part of that discussion was Tom Brady's percentage of completion.
Right.
One thing I want to brag about our kids and our offensive line is, and knock on wood, we get through tonight. We might get through tonight because the weather's not going to let us throw a whole lot.
Yeah.
But we have not been sacked all year.
That's great.
It's unheard of because we throw, other than one game, other than the Scappoose game, actually not the Scappoose game, other than the Seaside game, we've thrown a minimum of 20 times a night, which is part of our offensive structure. To not take a sack all year says a lot about the quality of the line play. It also says a lot about the quality of the quarterback getting the ball out on time and not holding on to a ball too long. That's something we're very proud of and feel very good about. Plan on making that a true statement again for tonight. And proud of our kids' effort last week. As coaches, we would have liked to have found ways to help them better execute at some critical times than allow, instead of what ends up looking a little bit like a blowout loss, maybe being a chance to make the Indians blink and see what can happen at the end.
Yeah, if you were watching the game, it didn't look that way. It looked like you couldn't see the score.
No, 100%. And I know I'm mentioning, they always can talk about these critical plays in a game. They end up being critical because in the first quarter, we don't block a basic ISO play right. Right? Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? They become critical because of the timing. They also become critical because maybe you didn't execute earlier in the game when you could have or should have too.
Right.
What I have learned all these years in coaching is that everything affects everything.
I'm going to get that shirt for next year.
Yes, everything affects everything. And
every year we have something on the shirt, on the T-shirt.
That's true. We do have something on the shirt.
Everything affects everything.
I'm glad you like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like that.
You can put me under there so they don't tease you.
It'll be a picture of you.
No, it's just a quote, Dane Gouge.
I quote Dane Gouge. Everything affects everything. But we're looking to use the I formation we used last week. Our goal line and short yardage formation we've used all year has kind of been that old school T formation. For the blocking schemes and for our personnel, we thought maybe it would be a little bit better to, instead of being in the T, actually get underneath, under center and go I and just try to get downhill. And that's ended up being our most successful formation, so we kind of stuck with that the majority of the night after that opening drive. We did some really good things. Silas Yates, our junior tailback, can run downhill very hard. He always seems to finish with a forward lean.
Yeah.
So even if he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, you feel like you moved the pile at least a yard or two.
Yeah.
So you're in front of the sticks instead of behind the sticks. I see us using that again tonight. I see that being probably an integral part of the offense moving forward into next year, as we will have a lot of returning players from tackle to tackle. Silas at tailback, Sam at quarterback.
Yeah.
In that I formation set, we're using Hudson Hill at fullback.
And you know I love that. Run it down the throat.
Pound that rock.
Coach Jumbo.
Get in that jumbo package and pound the rock. And certainly on a night like tonight where we're expecting a lot of rain.
What did Lombardi say? Run it till they can stop it.
Yeah. And the people that do not favor the pass, what was that quote I heard in the 70s? I think this probably was a Chicago Bear quote, because the only thing they could do is, hand the ball to Walter Payton. It was, I think back in the late 70s, we used to say Payton right, Payton left, Payton up the middle, punt. And what did they say about throwing the ball? I think the coach's quote was, well, we could throw the ball, but one of three things is going to happen, and two of them are not good. So for all of you that are like Dane and prefer to see us run the ball, I understand. I know the quotes. I get it.
That's a Tomlin quote. I can tell you what's in the hot dog, but you're not going to like it.
We might have to have a show just about quotes.
Yeah, there you go. We let him off the hook.
Well, we could have quoted that a couple times this year for sure. I get you there. But we feel good about moving forward. We're genuinely disappointed that our ranking might not be high enough to get that last wild card spot, as we're pretty much locked into a fourth place finish for the league.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened. We've been bracing the kids that we're probably not ranked high enough to make a jump. Coach Steinbeck asked me to look again yesterday.
Of course he did.
Because he says, every time we look at a postseason of who got in, we always say, how did that team get in? And that could be us. Look again. Look again. And I looked again, and so I did send out a message to our parents and our kids through Parent Square, which is the method we're supposed to use to contact our kids and parents, and said, although it's unlikely, mathematically, earlier in the week when the newspaper said we would have a shot at a playoff berth with a win, that is accurate. It is not a very likely scenario, but it's there. And like at the end of the NFL season, we're going to talk about these scenarios of teams being able to get in, and a lot of them are unlikely, but sometimes they happen.
I'm going to say something that Jerry Jones always says. Who do I have to pay?
Well, everybody cheer for Cottage Grove tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
And not that we promoting NIL at the high school level.
No, definitely not.
So just cheer for them. Just cheer for them. You don't need to make any donations, but just cheer for Cottage Grove. That would be one thing that would possibly be helpful.
Yeah.
Our only real path, most likely, would be for Crescent Valley to be the other fourth place team in that league, because they're sitting at 15 and we're at 17.
Right.
It's probably going to come down to the fourth place team in that league. And so if it ended up being Crescent Valley with all their tiebreaker scenarios, part of that would, I believe, mean they would have to lose to Cottage Grove tonight.
Yeah.
And then something crazy could happen. We could possibly jump them. If we win, they lose. We'll see how that all shakes out.
Positive affirmations I'll be talking about all day.
Well, and it's so funny but the way the ranking works in Oregon, it's crazy, because other things that affect it would potentially be North Bend being able to upset Marshfield.
Yeah.
Because we've played North Bend and Crescent Valley hasn't. It's all of that opponents winning percentage. So there's so much that goes into it. Like I said, it's hard to imagine all the different scenarios that could make it happen. But as Coach Steinbeck said,
keep checking.
Look again. Look again. So we hope to take care of business, and then we'll see how the chips fall.
Do what we got to do.
Do what we do. We have a little time left. We're rolling into Rob's pregame show tonight. So
I'm sure he loves it.
He doesn't mind if we take a little extra time tonight. So I know we want to probably finish with
Coach's picks.
All right, so let's do it.
Well, 12-1.
That was my record last
You're
week.
Jimmy the Greek.
I couldn't have been 12-1. I lost. Oh, no, I picked against the Bears, didn't I?
You picked against the Bears.
Was my only loss?
Atlanta. They lost to Miami.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why last night I thought Miami's finding out how to win. But no, they didn't. So 12-1. That's your best ever.
It's got to be
best ever.
That's got to be best ever. So people need to start paying attention to this, not just tuning out when we start to go to coaches' picks.
Do they tune out? That's hard for me.
No, they don't. I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they're
my
all still
Paul says
listening.
what? What'd you say?
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably the other way around.
Probably.
All right, let's go. You made your Thursday pick and you won. Baltimore beat Miami.
Yeah, so everybody knows I sent Dane a text yesterday because we are actually recording on Friday morning instead of Thursday afternoon. So I was able to make that pick via text, and I told him that I prefer Baltimore to Miami on Thursday night. 1-0 to start this week. I've been losing those Thursday night games, so it's nice to be 1-0 to start a weekend.
Okay, now we go into Sunday. You got Chicago at Cincinnati. The Bears can look like a championship team, and they can look like the first-round pick.
I just see Flacco torching them, which...
Flacco and find out.
Take Cincinnati. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going to take the Bengals at home.
Minnesota traveling to Detroit.
I'll take Detroit.
Carolina at Green Bay.
I'll take Green Bay, even though it kills me.
God, I didn't think you would do it. L.A. Chargers are traveling to Tennessee.
I'll take the Chargers.
Atlanta is traveling to New England.
New England.
San Francisco is at the Giants.
That sounded weird because the San Francisco Giants are their baseball team.
Yeah, San Francisco is traveling to New York Giants.
I think the Giants are playing a lot better.
They are.
I'm going to take the Giants.
My favorite team is the Seahawks. My second favorite team is whoever's playing the 49ers.
There you go. So you're happy.
Yeah,
You like that pick.
I'm happy. At 7-1, Indianapolis Colts are going to Pittsburgh.
I'm taking the Steelers. They need to get well.
Denver is traveling to Houston. Both teams hot.
Oh, I hate not to take Denver. I'm going to take Denver.
Jacksonville is traveling to Las Vegas.
I'll take the... I hate picking against Coach Carroll. You know I love him.
Yeah, so do I, but they're not going to win this game.
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville.
if they win this game, I'm going to go, okay, I'm not picking. New Orleans is traveling to the L.A. Rams.
I'll take the Rams.
Kansas City at the Buffalo Bills. Big game.
Jordan Poyer's second start of the season. I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah. And Seattle is the night game where they travel to the Washington Commanders.
I don't want to black cat your boys, but I think the Hawks are going to win. I think the magic in D.C. has wore off.
Yeah, and then the Monday night game is an old story. Arizona Cardinals at the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Maguire.
It's
Show
Halloween.
me the money.
It's Halloween weekend and not Christmas weekend. I guess we got to go Dallas. Where's the game at?
At Dallas.
I'll take the Cowboys at home.
And then we got a bonus pick.
Oh, nice.
For the World Series tonight, L.A. versus Toronto. Who do you got?
Just for tonight's game?
Just for tonight's game.
I don't even know who's pitching, but I'm going to take the Dodgers. I think Game 7 is happening.
I remember his name, but he's their best pitcher, and he pitched the whole game.
He pitched the complete game, the one run they gave up the other day. Yeah. He's only like 22 years old or something, too, I think.
Yeah, they're both.
Or maybe he's not that young.
They're probably going to pitch everybody. So they're going to pitch him.
Everything you got to do.
Tawny's probably going to go in.
Sure.
Everybody.
You got to get to Game 7. Yeah. No, for sure. Well, we appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate everybody's support this fall season as we're wrapping things up and heading into the postseason. Again, congrats to our state qualifier, Will Lehman, and our Coapa League champion volleyball program. We wish our Fisherman the best tonight and hope our ranking can move up high enough to give us another week and another shot at things. But regardless of how things happen, I know our kids are going to play hard and play as well as they can and, just go out and have fun playing a game they love to play. So
maybe we'll call the Etsy Witch.
We certainly wish everyone a very safe and happy Halloween, and we look forward to being back with you next week. Have a peaceful weekend.
The Peter Pan Market and Deli is the perfect place to gather for a quick snack and one of their signature sandwiches before the game. Enjoy covered outdoor seating or sit inside with beers and ciders on tap and wine by the glass. You can relax with friends before heading to the game. Make Peter Pan Market and Deli your morning stop too. Grab a coffee and a bagel or other breakfast treat right before work. Order ahead at peterpan2go.com. Peter Pan Market and Deli, 712 Niagara Avenue, Astoria. Your local corner store and more.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria. Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy Fuel and Diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
At Joe's Mobile.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML28991.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Thanks for tuning in to the Astoria High School Coaches Show Rube Reports. Brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, the Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lucky Duck HVAC and Dryer Duct Cleaning, and North Coast Runners Supply. For the latest updates on Astoria High Athletics, stay tuned to 106.3 ESPN Radio. Go Fisherman!